Well, I was surprised to see that I actually had a leak in the rim, and after I installed this tire, nothing wrong with the rim at all, perfectly clean. Looked at the tire, no problem. And I was kind of surprised because usually don't have to put nothing in it. It was actually right here, and what I did was I deflated the tire. I looked at it and I says, okay, you know, it looks like maybe didn't seat all the way. So I tried it a couple more times and still had a leak. It was leaking right in here. It was like a little bit over this tag. It was right in here. But I noticed this whole part, when I deflated the tire, this moved away from the bead. So I says, you know, maybe the way is the way the tire was stored, because from there, up there, to all the way over here, it just moved away from the bead when I deflated the tire. And when I was looking at it very carefully when I was inflating it, it was seating on the rim fully. So what I did was I dug out my old extra seal bead sealer. A lot of people don't know about this, for professional use only. I've actually used it on the tires on the El Camino, because I never had a bike do this though. That's what's weird. I've never had any other cars do that. As long as the rim's really clean, the rim was really clean. I guess it was the way the tire was stored. It was a little, I don't know, something, the way the bead was or something, I don't know. But I did use it on these rims before, and these rims are aftermarket rims. I don't know, somehow they've been on there forever. I mean, I bought this car back in '91. These were on there for some years before that. I don't know when the hell they were put on there, probably in the 80s. This is 78 El Camino. And, you know, they work. I mean, but they need a little, but the bead sealer is what keeps those tires well inflated. You can see I got the little caps on here to show you got enough inflation to show green. Some people recommend against using these, but if you put a little marine grade grease in here and you thread them on, they seem to hold up really good. So, but anyway, I checked my pressure again, you know, down here, wherever the hell that thing is, right there. And you know, I put it, you know, it's 36 to 40 pounds. 36 at one rider, 40 pounds. I usually put it on 40 pounds because if it loses a few pounds of air, after a while it's still within specs. Put it on at 42. So I checked it an hour later, still at 42. Probably going to be 100% fine. You know, I sprayed water on that area where the bead was leaking. You know, I didn't see no leak or nothing. So, you know, this worked. But there's this other stuff. God, let me get that name again. Well, I just remembered it just as soon as I just had a brain fart there for a second. It was it's called Ride On Tire Sealant. Ride On, specifically for motorcycles, tubeless tires, good for 185 miles an hour. Like, whoa, permanent. It's you know, it's not like slime or, you know, Fix-A-Flat and slime or temporary solutions, although I have put Fix-A-Flat tires and I've left them in there for 10 years. But you know, I've done that, not on a bike, but I've done that on cars before. And this stuff is made for motorcycles. It's called Ride On, R-I-D-E-O-N. It's a sealant and a balancer, and I'm probably going to put that on both these tires. You know, this tire won't have any problem with that bead sealant on it, because, you know, it's just enough. You know, it's made for, I mean, you could use weather strip adhesive or some other kind of glue, but this is made for tires. It's made not to make the tire like extremely difficult to come off later on. Worked perfect. It's the stuff they use in tire shops. But I was kind of surprised because I said, wait a minute, last night I thought I inflated this tire, man. So I did it again. I says, whoa, it leaked out inside of like 15 minutes. And I was like, so looking at, you know, but now it's fine. But that's a product you might want to keep on hand. A lot of people don't know about this stuff. But, you know, just to add some extra insurance. It's just like, you put it right, you know, when the bead was, you know, when I deflated the tire from here to here, you know, that's the part where the bead went away from the tire. You know, it's fully seated now. I mean, it is. It was fully seated before. It still leaked. There was no dirt, no nothing. I don't know why the hell it was doing that. It was just something, I don't know, something I just didn't see. And I couldn't see it with the naked eye. I don't know what the hell the deal was, but I put this stuff on it. and that's made for that. That's made for it exactly. And you know, it's 100% sealed up. But like I said, there's another great product out there called Ride On. I'm going to be getting that stuff and put it in these tires, because I don't balance them. And you know, the thing is, if you balance the tires as they wear, they get unbalanced anyway. And to tell you the truth, I haven't balanced tires. You know, if you get really good quality tires, they really don't need to be balanced that much. There's a lot of other factors involved where tires wear. It could be front end suspension problems, shock absorbers, your struts, whatever. You know, a lot of different things that could affect. You know, balancing on it, you know, on the older tires is more necessary, and also cheap ass tires. But if you're getting these really high quality tires, it's not really that necessary. But the problem is, once you balance them a year later, they're a little out of balance anyway. I mean, if you had perfectly balanced tires, they're gonna, as they wear, to get out of balance. So I'm gonna get this stuff called Ride On. It's a balancer. That was really selling me on it. The other thing is, on a bike, if you get a flat, you're pretty much screwed. I actually have the flat kit. You know, I got Fix-A-Flat with me. It's actually one of these saddlebags. It's this saddlebag right here. Yeah, I got it tied up because you know, I was working on a wheel. And also have a little mini bicycle pump. It's a bicycle pump. I'd have to pump that thing probably 2,000 times to inflate one of these tires. It's made for bicycles, and since it's a mini pump, it's really designed to, you know, it's better than nothing. But I do have the Fix-A-Flat, you know. Then I also have a tire kit with, you know, the little thing you poke in there and you clean it out and you put the plug in there. I also got one of those. I actually have repaired a rear flat on a go already once, a long time ago, many years ago. Freaking damn nail. It was in a tire that was only like 3 weeks old. It was out in California and it happened. I was like, oh my God. And you know what? I left that plug in there for the life of the tire, because it was a rear tire anyway. I actually left it in there till the tire was pretty much worn down all the way. Just that damn plug held in there pretty good, you know, if you use enough glue on it. So anyway, just figured I'd tell you about that. I was very surprised to see that that rim didn't seal like that. I said, let me freaking reinflate it. Sprayed a little, you know, put a little water on there and shit, so there's a little lubricant with this tiny amount of Windex or something, you know, Windex. Tried it that way, but it didn't work. I was like, holy smokes. Bead sealer. But how many people have that stuff around? Nobody, except me, right? So, but I still don't really like that, because that kind of bugs me. It's not going to be a problem, but we're going to get that stuff called Ride On tire sealant and balancer. It's made to be permanently put in the bike, in the tires forever. It's not slime. It's not, you know, it's not that temporary Fix-A-Flat garbage. It's made for motorcycles specifically. And I know I knew there'd be some product out there. And I was going to put the beads in there, the little beads that you put in the tires. They self-balance. But I really didn't like those damn things too much in a way, because if you ever had to use Fix-A-Flat, you're going to have a clump of beads someplace, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You ever had to use Fix-A-Flat when you had beads in there, man? Forget about those beads. So, you know, you have to take the whole, well, you know, using this Ride On tire sealant stuff is going to be probably a better solution. I got to go check the chain and shorten it up and crap and do that and do the front tire, but been busy doing other things too. So anyway, just figured I'd pass this tip on about this bead sealer. You know, keep this junk on hand. It works pretty good. I mean, you could use, you know, weather strip adhesive or something like that. You know, fine, but you know, that really would work. But if you got to take the tire out again, you're gonna have a hard time getting that rubber off of there or something. Especially if you got to just do a simple tire repair. You might rip the rubber off of the damn thing for all I know. This is made for that stuff. It's like a pliable rubber. And seal this sucker up really good. So just very surprising that did that. I didn't do nothing wrong. It's just somehow the tire maybe was stored or something. I don't know. Maybe because I had it laying in a car too. I don't know. I had it in a car seat with the sun. It probably, you know, probably went, I don't know. Who the hell knows? But it'll be fine now.